quick story time about how traveling to Rio de Janeiro actually helped heal me. Well, not in a medical or physical sense, but definitely self esteem wise. Let's chat. So, here's a snippet of my personal astrocartography map. And as you can see, there's a green line that goes right through Rio de Janeiro. That green line is known as your Chiron line. Let me explain. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, and it can represent your insecurities, your hangups, and everything. I've got Chiron and Taurus in my natal chart in the first house. So, needless to say, when it comes to self esteem around my body and how I look, I have insecurities about that. And I definitely did at the time that I traveled to Rio. Now, keep in mind, the timing is going to be really important here. So, I traveled to Rio back in 2004, I know a long time ago, during Memorial Day weekend. That's kind of why I'm sort of talking about this right now. At the time, unbeknownst to me, my Chiron in my natal chart was actually being activated by Mercury. And what happened on that trip was definitely evident of that astrological configuration. Now, the energy in Rio is arguably very body positive. When you go on the beach, specifically Copacabana Beach, you see all types of bodies in all types of bathing suits and very little clothing, and nobody seems to give a fuck. Now, me traveling there, I was body conscious. I was slightly overweight at the time. I was very insecure about my body and how I looked. And when I got to Rio, it was like so liberating. Being on the beach in a thong and just letting it all hang out was so healing for me. And that's very evident of your Chiron line. When you travel to your Chiron line, you have the opportunity for healing. And with Mercury actually aspecting my Chiron at the very time that I was on my Chiron line in Rio, I was very conscious of this insecurity and therefore very conscious of how to heal it. So rather than be embarrassed and try to cover up, girl, I let it all hang out. And when I tell you it was one of the best places I've ever visited, apart from the food and everything else, it was amazing. But more importantly, I had a stronger sense of self being there and definitely when I came back. So astrocartography is a real thing. And depending on where you go, you can have a very healing experience, especially if you travel to your Chiron line. So are you aware of your Chiron line? Are you aware of anything that I'm talking about? If you want to know more, comment the word map and I will send you something special.